wasn't a Swiftie. I think I am now. I plan to eat my weight in popcorn. I have new hair. His ability to slide in some innuendos at any given point. And I got a very big purchase. Hello friends and welcome to week 3 of realmathon. This week I'm going to be reading some of my anticipated reads, anticipated releases. There have been a lot of things coming out recently that I'm just dying to get my hands on, and so I figured I would spend the week reading as much of these as I can. I'm also thinking about reading some sequels that I read maybe in the beginning of the month or something like that, just to kind of continue on in series that I've been highly anticipating. So this week should be a really good week. I'm so excited for it. I am in the parking lot of Barnes Noble though, because I want to go in and see if they have any newer releases. There are 2 books in particular that I'm thinking about picking up, and I will show you guys those if they manage to have them, and we'll finalize my TBR for the week. Right now, my plan is to finish off the Silver Blood Promise as well as start Empire of the Damned. I'm buddy reading that from Tori, who is the co-host of Team Time, so we are going to be making a slight truce for the sake of this buddy read, and then we'll just see kind of what else I can find. I have a slight update on Empire of the Damned though. I've gotten about 60 pages into it and I'm still enjoying it. I think Christoph can write such a really compelling story. I love his writing style. He did say though that he would give you like a recap in the very beginning so the characters didn't have to rehash everything that they already knew for the sake of the reader, and I am finding that to be done anyway, which I'm not too terribly upset by because I did not reread Empire the Vampire, and the recap was just basically a list of characters and kind of where they were, so I appreciated a little bit of information on like the plot and what kind of happened leading up right to Empire of the Damned, but it was just like, wait, I thought you said you weren't going to do this kind of thing. Anyway, still enjoying it, like our characters. I did forget how character driven this story was, so I'm hoping that I can just sink back into it and really have a good time. Otherwise, I think that's everything. Let's head into the bookstore and see what we can come up with. Okay, so it is currently 10:15 at night. I am so tired. I know I look tired, but I have just spent the last 3 hours watching the Eras tour of Taylor Swift. I wasn't a Swiftie. I think I am now. Yes. World life has been lifing recently. We're not gonna go into it, but basically like the anthem songs, the crying, the swings of mood, like I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm here for it. So thank you to Cassidy for encouraging me to watch the Eras tour. Apparently I'm a new Swiftie, so yeah, I've done no reading tonight. I've watched this for the last 3 hours. So I was planning to like multitask during it. That didn't happen. We did a bop for most of it. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Let's chat plans for today because today is going to be a very busy day for me. I'm leaving here in just a minute to go get my haircut. We may make some changes. I'm not really sure. So maybe when you see me, I will have a completely different haircut. Maybe it'll look exactly the same. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe some curtain bangs, and I haven't decided if I want to go a little bit shorter for the summer or not. Everybody always makes fun of me because I think that long hair is too short, but I'm so used to it being like super long that when I cut off a lot, it's like really short. So I don't know how drastic I'm gonna be, but we'll see. I definitely want to do do something a little bit different rather than just a trim. So that's on the docket first. And then after that, I think we are gonna go see Dune Part 2. I did not get a chance to finish Dune Part 1. I ended up watching Taylor Swift instead, but that's okay. I think I remember enough of it that it'll be fine going into Part 2. And I haven't been to the movies in forever, so it's just honestly going to be a lot of fun. I plan to eat my weight in popcorn, as I always do. And I've heard that this movie is absolutely incredible, like 10 out of 10, no notes. And so I'm so excited. With that being said, I have done no reading and probably won't for a while. On the way to get my haircut, I do plan to listen to A Girl in the Mountain because backlist is tomorrow and I haven't finished the book yet. If I finish that, then my plan is to switch over to Empire of the Damned, because it's supposed to be Betty reading this with Tori reading 100 pages a day, and I got to like 65 yesterday, so I'm already behind, no one's surprised. And then I also need to finish Silver Blood Promise. I rolled that over from last week, and I'm still liking it, but I'm not loving it. I'm not obsessed with it. It feels like a 3-star read, and I don't foresee anything drastically changing to make it not a 3-star read. It could definitely go up to a high 3-star, but I don't foresee it being like a 4-star read. So we'll see how it goes. It's just it almost feels kind of action movie-ish, where you're going from scene to scene to scene to scene, and the bridging in between is not super smooth. So I'm just having a hard time connecting with the story, because we'll have a cool thing and then it's over and we're moving on to the next thing. But otherwise, like, it's fun, it's fine. There's nothing super wrong with it. It's just, I don't know, not sure that it's my preferred way of storytelling. So I'm gonna get this little monster, I don't think you can see him, his treat before I leave, and I will chat with you guys once I have a new haircut. Home and I have new hair. What do you guys think? I think I really love it. The question is, am I gonna be able to fix it? Because this is definitely like hairdresser fixing it, and it's having a moment. It's needing a little bit of training, but we'll get there. I did want to update you guys on Dune. It was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I definitely thought the second half was better than the first half, but like the action and stuff at the end, the reveals, so good. And I did manage to finish A Girl in the Mountain, and I didn't love this one. I'm a little torn on what to rate it, because I definitely think the second half was better than the first half. I think it's gonna be a high 3-star from me. I'm excited to talk about it in the live show and see if some of the things that bugged me I can appreciate more, because I definitely think that when we talk things out, the things that I'm on the fence about, sometimes I can either learn to appreciate or feel very validated in, so we're gonna see how that goes. But I don't really have a lot of other updates for you guys. I am going to go lay in bed. I'm going to read some more of Empire of the Damned. Tori is all caught up and I am severely behind. So I think I'm actually gonna go draw a hot bath and I'm going to go read and just have a very cozy evening. Okay, so I have not done a lot of reading today. My plan was to read all day, and I have gotten distracted by Teen Wolf, and no one is surprised. I did read for just a second because I got to my section for Empire of the Damned today. I don't really have a whole lot more thoughts on it, but I did read to my current section. And then Maria convinced me, I think, to soft DNF Silver Blood Promise. I had every intention of continuing it, but unfortunately, I just find myself not wanting to pick it up. So I think for now, I'm gonna put that down, and I think I may pick up Lady of Ashes instead, just for something that I know I'm gonna like. So once I've read a little bit of that, I'll check back in with you guys, but I just wanted to let you know my day of reading has not been as much reading as I thought it was gonna be. Happy Monday, friends. I have a few things to talk to you guys about. I have a bookish unboxing as well as a couple of reading updates. Decided to pick up Lady of Ashes last night on Sprints after Erin's very good, very eloquent argument on why I should pick this up. And I'm really enjoying this so far. This one kicks off with a bang. We start right at the end of where book 2 left off, but book 2 really focused more on the main character's relationship and kind of the mental health aspects of some things that happened in book 1 and them trying to like figure one another out, figure out their new dynamics. And while that was interesting, there were a few things about it that I didn't love. I definitely felt like the pacing was a little bit slower. So I'm excited to see that this one picks up with the reveals and the action while also still keeping at the core our main characters and the the dynamics between the characters that we got from book 2. So I cannot wait. I'm planning to continue this tonight. I have to finish off my section of Empire of the Damned, and once I do that, I may pick up Lady of Ashes again. Empire of the Damned is going well. My general thoughts so far, again, no spoilers for any of these sequels, but my general thoughts so far is that I'm liking it. Again, I think that Jay Kristoff has a great writing style. I think that this story is told in a really fun way. It reminds me of the way that Ruin of Kings is told, where you have someone telling a story to someone else and kind of writing about it, but you're reading it as if you were experiencing it with the character. I like that dynamic. I like the French undertones. I like the brutalness of this world. I think that this world of vampires is really, really cool. At the moment, I think that because I didn't reread Empire of the Vampire, I'm at a little bit of a disservice because this is a very, very character-driven story. You have to like the characters, or at the very least, be interested in the characters in order to fully appreciate this. And it was 3 years ago that Empire of the Vampire came out, so while I remember the core of the story, I don't really remember a lot of like the character nuances and how I felt about the characters. That one was a 3-star for me, I think. I'll have to go look on Goodreads to see for sure, but I do remember it being quite slow and, again, character-driven. It definitely has Jay Kristoff's humor and his ability to slide in some innuendos at any given point, which is mildly irritating, but like it's fine. I just know that that's Jay Kristoff's writing style. And I do find that the battles and the formulaic of the scenes that we've had so far has been a little bit repetitive. So there are definitely aspects that I'm enjoying and aspects that I'm not loving all at the same time. We did have a shift, and I won't really tell you what kind of shift because I guess it's a spoiler, but at the start of book 3, we did have a shift, and I am liking that shift. So I'm curious to see how everything continues and how the rest of the book plays out, because I'm liking it. I'm just not obsessed, screaming, crying, throwing up, gotta keep reading, can't put it down, kind of obsessed. Those are my reading updates. I don't really have any other reading updates for you guys, but I did get a package that I wanted to share with you guys. This is the Aardvark Book Club books. I was a member of Book of the Month way back when, like old school Book of the Month. I ended up canceling it for a couple of reasons. One, I really don't like their logo. I don't love it being on the spine when I put things on my shelf. It just kind of messes with the flow of my bookshelves. I know that's a dumb reason, but that was part of it. And then I also was just really not reading the books, and even though they were cheaper, I was just getting things for the sake of getting things, and I don't really want to do that. But I've been looking at kind of Aardvark's book club picks and how they do their logos and things, and I was interested. I don't know if this is something that I'm going to keep up, but it was something that I wanted to try because I found a promo code and I was able to get the first book for like $4, which made like the total of this box, 3 books, to be $10, I think less than what I would spend for one hardcover at Barnes Noble. So I was like, I can try it for that price and see if I like it, and if I don't like it, I'll just cancel it, like no big deal. It has gotten really expensive though. Even Book of the Month has gotten very expensive compared to my like old school time. So it comes packaged like this. I love their design on the packaging. It's so much fun. And then I can hear it rattling around in here. You open it up and I've got this little card, which looks like it's the Members Challenge card. And then I also got 2 bookmarks, which are super cute. Wait, let me flip them over. They're so cute. I remember Lexi showing me these, and she said the worst part was that it was just cardboard, so like this bends really easily. So I probably won't like use it, but it's really cute either way. And then I got 3 books, but there's only 2 of them in here. And I do remember them saying that the 3rd book that I got was on back order and they were gonna ship it at the end of the month, but I just assumed that that meant my whole box would ship at the end of the month, not that they would ship 2 and then the other one. So I need to look into that, but the first one is Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and like this cover looks almost identical to the original cover. I see the Aardvark thing down here, but I mean, it doesn't bother me, and it's not on the spine. It's not on the spine. That's what gets me. It's not on the spine. I got Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I have no idea how I'm going to feel about this. I've never read an Ali Hazelwood. I've heard good things. I've heard not so good things. I've never read an Omegaverse before, so like, we're gonna see how this goes. I'm scared of it, but I'm also excited for it. And then the other one that I picked up was The Clinic by Kate Quinn. Lexi read this actually during her trip when she was on her way to my house and ended up really liking it. I think she gave it a 4-star and just said it felt a little bit too long, but she was really interested in it. So I'm excited to give this one a try as well. And then I also got Baby X. I'll put up a cover of it right here. And that one is supposed to be like a dark matter-esque thriller sci-fi. So I was very, very intrigued by that description. Especially since Dark Matter, the TV show, comes out soon, and you bet I'm gonna be watching that the second it drops. Yeah, I think that that's everything for now. I've been talking for a hot minute and a half, so I'm gonna go. Hey guys, it's Wednesday. Sorry for the late check-in and no check-in yesterday. I don't know, it's just not really been the best couple of days. I've had a few lower days, and that's okay. We have those. It's okay. We'll work through them. I really haven't been reading as much as I wanted to. I was hoping that this week would be full of like anticipated releases and books that I was dying to get to. And while I still have been reading and I've been enjoying my books, one, I picked 2 very, very chunky books, which is probably my first mistake. And 2, I just have not been in quite as big of a reading mood as I was, which stinks, but like, that's okay, it happens. I did get, though, about halfway into Lady of Ashes, and I'm having a really good time with this. I think I told you that it started off with a bang, and the plot really kicked off right from the get-go, and I am just pleasantly surprised at how much that has remained to be true. The second book definitely felt like a slow-down book, a romance book. This one feels like it's getting back to the plot while also still having some implications and some thoughts into the romance as well. We're getting a lot more like information and reveals, and I'm having a really good time with all of those. I'm a little bit confused right now, but I asked Discord, they said that that was to be expected, so I'm excited to just watch everything play out, see how everything is going to go down. The relationships in here and the romance is one that I do enjoy. I do have some frustrations with it at times, but our male main character is just one of my favorites, and even though I want to strangle Scarlet sometimes, I still like seeing them together, and I like seeing our characters grow and learn and like express their feelings. And there's been a lot of moments in here, honestly, where I feel like I can relate to Talwyn and Scarlet both for very different reasons. I'm not really going to go into why exactly, but I just feel like I have been able to relate to both of those women a lot in this book so far, and that makes it one that I'm just enjoying and want to continue reading. So I don't think I'm going to finish it tonight. I still have like 3 hours left because, like I said, she's chunky, but I'm hoping I can get a good chunk in. I would love to still finish one more book. I still have about 2.5 hours of the audiobook left of Empire of the Damned, and I would love to finish another book before this week is up, but we have Peace Talks coming up this weekend. So by 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern on Friday, I need to be wrapped up, fresh, ready to go for the weekend. So we'll see if I manage to get a third book in or not. DNFing Silver Blood Promise really like threw a wrench in my weekly plans, but that's okay because I am enjoying my reads.
You got something I can never be without, yeah. I'm in your command. Thought I was a man of my own will. It's been 2 years. I'm only a shadow of the good on me now. A breeze in my ear. Cause you know I cannot say no to you. Feeling like home. But should it be like this?
Friends, I feel bad because I feel like I've really not been doing enough reading in this vlog, and I genuinely feel bad about that. I'm gonna try to finish both Lady of Ashes and Empire of the Damned tonight, and try maybe before Peace Talks tomorrow to squeeze in one more book. We will see. It's been a busy week. I got my hair cut, we went to the movies, and it's Thursday. And on this Thursday, I was off work, and I went and I did a thing, and I got a very big purchase, and I bought a new computer. My computer is about 5 years old now, and while she still works and she's still fantastic and wonderful, I've been having some issues with the storage space on it. I feel like it just, every other day, it's yelling at me that I need to clear something off of it. It's not the best processor in the world because obviously it's 5 years old. The crispiness of the screen and everything is just okay, but not great. And so I decided, I got a little bonus at work, and I decided to treat myself. So I went today and I bought a new MacBook Pro. I'm very excited about it. it was not as expensive as I thought it was going to be because it did end up going down from a 16-inch to a 14-inch. You all pray for me because I hope that does not drive me up the freaking wall. But the only thing and the major thing that I didn't like about my 16-inch was just that it wasn't very portable. I don't carry it a ton, but when I do carry it, or like sitting it on my table for sprints or something like that, it's just kind of an awkward size to carry around. And then these are already a little bit heavier than my previous one was. And so I was like, I don't want to get a 16-inch and it be twice as heavy, bulky, me not like it because it's just too hard to carry around. So I went with the 14-inch. She's black and shiny, and I can absolutely not wait to set this up tonight. I'm gonna be doing sprints, which I should be reading because I told you guys I wanted to finish 2 books, but like now I have shiny things to distract me. So will I read? I don't know. I do have about 2 hours left of Empire of the Damned, so I'm almost done with it. And I also have like 2 hours left of Lady of Ashes, so I'm almost done with it. Really liking both of them. Lady of Ashes is still kind of feeling like a 5-star. Empire of the Damned, I'm gonna have to put through the spreadsheet because I really don't know, but I'm enjoying both of them. We're getting to like the reveal section of both books, so I am excited to finish, and I'm going to read them while I put my backup over to this computer because I imagine that's gonna take a minute. So I'm gonna go get started on that. Once I've got shiny new computer set up, I will show you guys. And I think that's everything for now. Once I have a reading update, I'll let you know. I'm so sorry I haven't done enough reading this week. I feel bad. But before I go, I just unwrapped it and like, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love the black, the sleek, the shine. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This just is like, it's a big girl purchase and I'm so excited. I finally feel like I've made it on YouTube, you know, when I can go in and I can be like, hey, I need it for this and for this and for editing and for this. And she does YouTube and it seems somewhat professionally. So maybe we should set her up with the business department. And I'm just like, I've made it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go set this up now. Okay. So I have gotten my new computer up and running. I think that I'm really gonna like it. It's definitely a little bit smaller than what I'm used to, but this display is insane. Like so much clearer, and I don't know, it's great so far. So I'm really enjoying it. I'll give you guys a better update on it later, but I'm really liking it so far. And I also want to tell you that I have finished Empire of the Damned, and we needed to see how many points this is gonna get, give you guys my kind of final thoughts on this. I'm struggling with my rating. And so honestly, I think I am gonna put it through my rating system while we are here hanging out because I just don't really know what to give it. So I use a 5-part rating system that takes into account characters, writing, setting, plot, enjoyment to give me a score. And then that score spits out a star rating. And I have my like ranges adjusted just a little bit to make my star ratings make sense for me. But I think what I'm gonna do is give the characters a 7 on this one. I like the characters and I especially like the Celine edition, but it just felt like I never really felt as connected to them in this one. I don't really know why. The writing, I think I'm going to give an 8. I noticed a lot more like repetitive phrases and things like that happening in this one, and I'm just not a huge fan of some of the constant innuendos, and it just kind of feels sometimes like a teenage boy is having a good time, and I'm just not a huge fan of that. The setting is an 8.5. I do like the setting. I think that this like a dystopian 30 Days of Night kind of thing is really cool. I'm gonna give plot a 7.5. There were points that I really liked in the plot, but as a general rule, this book felt way, way, way too long to me. And honestly, I think it's actually gonna get a 7 because it just felt way too long. There were so many repetitive scenes, so many like repetitive movements where our characters were like, do this, battle scene, do this, battle scene. And I'm just like, we need to kind of move it along a little bit. Lots of just stagnant points where we were talking, and then there would be moments where I was like, wait, how did we get here? And then I think enjoyment's gonna be a 7.5. It was good, and I found myself really having a good time during parts of it and then completely zoning out during others. So that comes out to a 7.58, which is a 3-star, a higher 3-star, but it does feel like a 3-star to me. So that makes sense. Will I continue on in the series? Yes, I think so. I think it's a trilogy, so I do think I will finish out the series, but I just wasn't like super enthralled by this one. Okay, so then we need to put it through and see how many points we're gonna get. This book is 646 pages for my copy. And we're doing increasing points. We are trying to get all of the defense points for Team Shadows. This is a special edition. It is a book that I paid for. It was a required read. I was buddy reading this with Tori, and so I absolutely had to read it. Let's see, how many letters in the title does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Nope, not a poll pick. It was new to my TBR, and I did read it in multiple formats. And then cover color, I don't think I can swing this as 50% black, especially not with the back. So not a cover color, but it did have a cover item because there is a building up here on the top. So we can submit that. And so that gives us a total of 56 points in defense for Team Shadows, which is fantastic. I do still need to finish Lady of Ashes. I don't really have a lot more to tell you guys other than I'm having a fantastic time with this. It feels like 5 stars to me. I'm loving it. I wanted to be reading this instead of Empire of the Damned, which is probably did Empire of the Damned just a little bit of a disservice because I just wanted to be reading this one. I love these characters. I love the story. I can relate to the characters. Things are happening. We're learning stuff, and I'm having a fantastic time. So I will be getting back to that one. I would love to finish it tonight, but I am going to be helping with some super sneaky things that you will find out about soon. So I don't know that I will be able to finish it tonight, but I'm going to try. And then if I get time tomorrow, I've asked the Patreons what book they think that I should try to squeeze in right before Peace Talks, and they suggested Butcher and Blackbird. So if I get time, I will be reading that for this vlog. If not, I'll roll it over into Peace Talks because it is relatively short. So we'll see if I manage to get to it or not. I'm not promising anything because it just depends on if I can stay up tonight and finish this, which I'm not confident in, so we're just gonna go with this maybe a 2-book vlog, and I'm sorry guys, but it was a busy week. It was a busy week. Okay guys, so we have come to the end of this reading vlog. It is Friday. I shouldn't be finishing this on Friday, but here we are. Peace Talks doesn't start until 6 p.m. my time, so I felt like I had the little leeway. It is currently 3:30, so I am cutting it relatively close, but I did finish Lady of Ashes, and this one I think is going to be another 5-star. I definitely have issues with this series. Scarlet makes me want to throttle her about 85% of the time, yet I'm still just so invested in these characters and the relationships that we have managed to get in this one. This book, I think, is the one that really starts to expand the world, expand the character scope and the plot. The romance is still there in this, but it definitely is opening up, and we're following the other Fae Queen and the King of the Mortal Realm and kind of his storyline, and there's politics and stuff going on, and we're starting to learn more and getting to the overarching plot of the whole series. That's starting to become a lot more clear as we go. These are definitely very slow burn. Yes, they could be a lot shorter than they are, but I just have so much fun in this world, and I'm always excited to pick the book back up, excited to see what's going to happen next. I was able to relate to the characters in this, so I think for those reasons it is going to get a 5-star, and like I said, I'm thrilled. But really quickly before we end out this vlog, let us see what points we're going to get for Team Shadows. Okay, so we have Lady of Ashes. It is, how many pages is this? It was a chunky girl. 637 pages, so I think that's going to give us 30 extra bonus points. We're going to defend. And so starting at the bottom, I can use this as a 5-star read. I haven't gotten to do that hardly at all this month. That's a good feeling. It's not a special edition. I did pay for this one. I feel like these are popcorn reads. Like, they're so easy to fly through and they're just a lot of fun. So I think I am going to count that as a popcorn read. And then how many letters are in the title one? It's an odd number of letters. It wasn't a poll pick. It is new to my TBR, and I did read it in multiple formats. So yeah, I think that those are all of the points. So we're gonna get 16 points plus the 30 page count points. It is a cover color, and that's about it. So that gets us 56 points for Shadows from Lady of Ashes, which I think is exactly what Empire of the Damned got. So look at me go. Okay guys, I think that that is everything for this vlog. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this week, putting up with my lack of reading and just kind of vibing with the week. I hope you still had fun. Normally I don't do these more lifestyle weekly vlogs, but it was actually a lot of fun with lots of things going on this week, so I had a good time. I enjoyed both of my reads. It was a good week. If you missed last week's realmathon vlog, I will leave that up here for you guys. If you just want to let me know that you were here and hanging out, leave me a key emoji. And as always, links to my Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads are all down in the description box below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you next time. Bye!